Infinity War blew me away, and Thanos was fantastic, and the Infinity Gauntlet, wow, they made that thing look so damn cool. Way better than in the comics, where it was basically like a big yellow gardening glove with a couple jelly beans stuck on top. In the film, it was just regal and ancient and rusted. It looked really damn cool. And today, I'm gonna make it out of paper. Alright, so it's time to begin, and you can see here I was looking at a few different hands in the past to see how I was going to structure the joints for the gauntlet. The hands are really interesting parts of the body actually. We rely on them for so much and they have so many moving parts, yet they are so small when compared to everything else. I started off with the fingers, and these were made with the same techniques I have showed in other tutorials in the past, so you can check that out if you're really interested. But basically, the fingertip is glued around a little T-joint, and the pin of that T-joint is glued in between the upper finger section. Then I have a long tube of paper that acts as the pin for all 4 of the fingers, and I take the end of the finger and glue it around another little T-joint, which will go across this big bar. I did this 4 times, and now I can see how everything is going to be coming together. So I have a wrist joint here, as well as another pin that will slot in between the fingers for the wrist joint, so I can have like a chopping motion for the hand, as well as the thumb, of course, that's important. And after I figured out how all the points of articulation were going to work, it was time to just throw it all together and make it look pretty. And this is where things got a little ridiculous, because I decided that I wanted to have each of the Infinity Stones removable as like a separate little thing that could be taken out of the gauntlet, which is completely ridiculous because in a 1:8 scale, they're like 4 millimeters long, and it was just really fiddly to put together. Spoilers, it was worth it. To start with, I made a long tube of paper and cut it into 5 parts, so each of the stones would have the exact same circumference, making them interchangeable. And on top of each of these tubes, I will glue an oval shape that is colored to look exactly like the stone. I left each of the stones on longer tubes as I was making them, just so they were easier to work with and I had more to grab onto. Once the glue was dry, I cut the stones down to size so there weren't these ridiculous long tubes. Then it was time to add the shiny, bronzy gold armor pieces covering the hand. This was easily the most exciting part because I got to do the coloring and the drawing, which is really what these models are about for me. They're 3D drawings. It's getting to draw something, but wanting to know what it looks like from every possible angle as if it were in our own world, so I'm doing that with paper. And it all starts with this shape here that will glue on top of the hand and wrap around the bottom to form the palm. But here it is, all colored and beautiful. I also had a separate piece of paper curving away from the first piece to give the glove that cuff look at the end of it where it curves out again. And finally, I had only the armor plating on the thumb to go. Okay, so this is the part of the process that really takes longer than it should. I'm so close to being finished and I just want it to be done and move on to the next thing, and there's only a couple more things to do, but it's like, can it just be over already? Okay, it's done. Now, the Infinity Gauntlet is complete. Well, actually, of course, I'm missing the forearm guard that makes it a gauntlet, but whatever, semantics. That will come later, because I am definitely going to be making a Thanos paper model. In fact, I've already started. Alright, so as for gimmicks and articulation on the gauntlet itself, each of the fingers has 2 points of movement, allowing for about a 90-degree bend, so I can make a fairly effective fist, as well as point at you, do a Spider-Man web pose, and the thumb here is on a hinge, so it can bend down, as well as swivel here, and then there's another bend here, so you can even do a finger snap pose. Oh shit, no! Just kidding, there's no stones in it. That's right, as I said, each of the stones are removable, so when I'm not looking, the purple paper titan with unlimited power and no supervision can't screw everything up. But he's not really around yet, so let's just see how this looks. Does anyone else think the blue space stone should be on the index finger knuckle? So then we have the blue moving towards the red, and in the middle it's purple, and then when the red moves towards the yellow, in the middle it's orange, and when the yellow moves back towards the blue, it's green in between. It's like a nice little color circle. But the purple being here just stuffs all that up. Maybe Thanos is colorblind. Alright, so that's my video on the Infinity Gauntlet. Thank you for watching, I do appreciate your time, and comment below whatever you're thinking. Oh, and follow my Instagram as well, where I upload pretty pictures of whatever I'm working on for the next video. See you next time.